Hayden, that's a warden.
Listen, all we done is on the account of all how. The all you done in. Nothing. We just chose the wrong side. Now, if you'll excuse us...
Hayden, the warden has returned.
What?
Poor little Hayden has been a bit naughty, has he?
None of your jibes. Men, kill the warden.
I love this game. Point.
Very well.
Magic exists to serve man and never.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts.
A little bird told me one of Logan's friends had an accident. Terribly unfortunate. You might want to look in the chest behind me. There might be something of interest. Find everything you need? Deal? Oh, But if anything interesting happens, feel free to come back. I never said that. And sometimes I seem to misplace large pouches of payment. Oh, just make sure you drop by from time to time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
blood all over me again.
Very well. As you say.
Nice swing.
Yes.
Shall we compete for points? Ooh, now the fun part. Slay them all. As you like.
I am injured. I will need to tend these wounds in time.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
News of the hour. Balin is king. Future of Orzammar secure.
Enemies ahead! Yes. Will be done. There is no hope for you now!
Smashing time, well Not bad at all. Always ready.
Please be quiet. My patient needs a rest. Fools and their politics. The poison was probably imported as a king killer, and she got dosed by mistake. I've never seen anything this potent. Warden, I don't know. Maybe you've seen something. If you can chase these things down...
Direct me.
As you say.
News of the hour. Supporters of disgraced Lord Harrimont take to the street.
I'm only asking, but right? Best.
Stone preserve King Balin.
So, here is a question for the Painted Elf.
Painted Elf? Oh, that's me. Oh, I do like that.
Am I to understand correctly that the Painted Elf is a crow?
Not literally, but yes, I am a crow.
As in a bird?
Is there another sort?
So the Painted Elf assaults helpless statuary with its feces?
If given sufficient cause, why not?
That is outrageous. The Painted Elf will stay away from me, or else.
I get a lot of that.
As you say.
You hear about this son of Marek, some bastard from...
This about the guild? I swear, I didn't tell them anything. I just took the sovereigns.
Maybe what he says is true. You ever think of that?
Yes. Indeed.
You have coins? Fine weapon and arms, dwarven. News of the hour. Balin is king. Future of Orzammar secure.
Any luck, Warden? She doesn't have much time. There's nothing I can do but wait. It's all but inevitable.
My friend.
Any luck, Warden? She doesn't have much time. There's nothing I can do but wait. It's all but inevitable. She'll be up and around in no time, thanks to you.
News of the hour. Supporters of disgraced Lord Harrowmont take to the streets.
Yes. Of course.
Ah, win. Care to partake of Ogren's fine homebrew? It's the drink of the gods.
Ale, is it? And I hope it's brewed hygienically?
Of course. I may not know clean from a beggar's ass when it comes to most things, but I don't mess around with my ale.
Very well, let's have a taste.
Well, what do you think?
Very nice.
Ah, you like it? Well, I never...
Attractive amber color, nutty flavor, slightly sweet, just a hint of toastiness. There's some spice to it I'm finding hard to place.
Yes?
Is it cloves?
Cloves! Ha ha! By the stone, you're a lady after my own heart. If I weren't buckled in this armor, I'd take you around the corner and, well, you know.
Give me more ale?
Magic exists to serve man and never.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find...
Find everything you need? If I could have a moment? You've been busy traveling all over, and such tragic news you keep bringing. I was wondering if you'd check up on one more person.
What can I get you, stranger?
There's wonderful news. Arl seemed...
Anything else you need? What can I get you, stranger?
Right, I'll show you around.
Of course. As you say. Yes. Ready. As you say.
When...
Make it rest!
Where now? As you say.
Make it!
Where to?
Right away. Enemies ahead!
You like that?
Of course. As you say, I am terribly wounded.
My magic will make you now. I will find it by now.
This is a waste of time. Try not to look too incompetent. It's embarrassing.
I heard there was quite a scuffle in the alleyways. Well done, Warden. Don't worry, Warden. He's already safely home back with his... You took care of the father's other requirement. The man who kidnapped his son, Captain Chase, is quite dead. Thanks to you. That I can say. Crows are hired for their discretion, as well as and nothing more. Your payment. My superiors want, and when this blight ends, we'd love you to visit Antiva to discuss other opportunities. I did what I had to do, but there's no more need for the Civil War broke. You'll be pleased to know that those contracts helped your own cause. After all, it is not in the Crow's best interest that the Archdemon wins. For a time, we thought that Loghain was the only man for the... It was too late then, of course. Talisan had already accepted a contract. We never cancel a contract once accepted. And I was expecting the same. Like I said, sending Zevran after you was nothing personal. Just let's start. It was a pleasure.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I am reminded of it was when my mother died. And this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free. It's a beautiful sentiment, I think. One that brings peace and hope to the grieving.
I still got it. Don't you know it? Might as well rest up while I can. You ready to go?
I have been mistaken. You are a soldier worthy to stand among the Beresad. I did not think so when we first met. You are welcome. The day will come when the Arishok sends us here. On that day, I will not look to find you on the battlefield. In time.
There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on.
As you wish.
So, let me ask you something. A personal question. I'm wondering about, well, about Zevran, really. It seems like the two of you have become quite friendly. No, I'm not jealous. I'm just curious. Maybe it's inappropriate of me to ask, but what are your intentions towards him? Is it very serious? If you'll tell me, that is. I was under the impression that the two of you were romantically involved. I would have said something sooner, but I didn't know how to put it without sounding, you know, jealous. So, now that I've got that off my chest, let me ask something else. Do you have any feelings towards me? I'd hoped that was the case. That wasn't too soon, was it? Good. What about Zevran? I don't like the idea of leading him on. You know what I mean. Either you're with him, or you're with me. Thank you. Now...
I take it you have found another more compatible with your tastes? No, there is no need to deny it. I do not mind. Such is how it goes, yes? Ah, don't be, my sweet lady. So I am forced to ask, if we are not to be lovers, are we at least to be friends? Good. Nothing would please me more. Some friendships are worth pursuing. What say you? Oh, this should be good. What say you? By all means. I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book. Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear. Ah, compassion and beauty both in the same woman. It is a delight, truly. Though, what you say is unnecessary, even if it is appreciated. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all. My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again. I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Do you realize that you've been smiling for hours now? Since the last time you and that fool Alistair shot glances at each other, in fact. He must be pleasant enough in bed, for surely I cannot imagine anyone enduring his conversation. More's the pity for you, then. 'Tis a bit sickening to watch you two, but I imagine it at least takes your mind from our situation. Have it your way. What comes, my friend?
No, terrible.
A terrible no.
You think that's a good...
As you say.
We are better with every step you take.
The Arl has kindly offered my son and I lodgings in exchange for supplies. I'm happy to help him. And you too, of course. If you have need of my wares, you have but to ask. I'm sure you'll be... Something you need? I'm sure...
Enchantment? Enchantment!